Welcome into On the Record at 9 as we are live here at the coffee shop in downtown Humboldt. And it's kind of cloudy out there today. Beautiful day yesterday as we got up into the 80s for a second day in a row. Beautiful Easter weekend. First off, Easter go well for you? And,
Easter was great, absolutely. And I don't have kids, except a four-legged one, so I love watching everybody else's kids Easter egg hunt. So I stalk Facebook friends.
Yes. And I know the offices were closed on Friday, so y'all got back into the swing of things on Monday.
Oh, I slammed into it yesterday. Yesterday was the last day of early registration for parades and pageants, and so we were slammed all day yesterday. So if you missed yesterday, you can still register for parades and pageants, but it's an additional $25. But please come in and get your place in line so you're not behind the horses. Sure.
That's always the motivation. Don't get behind the horses.
Don't get behind the horses. Please get there today.
For obvious reasons.
That's right.
Who sets your schedule? Who decides when you all close and open as far as like hours-wise? Is that?
It's pretty set. We get 13 holidays a year, and so we're pretty much set.
I saw some countries yesterday that they actually got the Monday after Easter off. I had never heard of that.
Yeah, there are actually some companies in town, I believe, that did that. And I'm assuming that because there were a whole lot of people out mowing their yard yesterday when I drove through town. So I think a lot of people took that instead of Good Friday, and maybe they got an option at a factory so that the factory's not closed. I'm not sure. We always take Good Friday. Like I said, we take certain set holidays during the year, and then our board set that years ago, so it's set up.
Yeah. 64 degrees outside, beautiful out there as far as comfortable-wise. You can still wear that short-sleeve shirt and not be too cold, but you're not going to be really sweating too much, I don't think, today. It's going to get up into the 70s. Beautiful day. I see you got an iced coffee. Let's talk about that. We're here at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
What did you order today?
This is my caramelized coffee. This is my go-to drink. If I want a cold drink, it's always a caramelized coffee. Otherwise, it's a flat white. But this is my go-to. Usually, this isn't my morning drink. This is my 2:30 in the afternoon. I've got to have a pick-me-up drink. But today we need that.
Well, I imagine the iced coffees will become a little more popular as it gets warmer outside.
And the Bluebell.
Oh, yeah, the Bluebell ice cream. My Lord, have mercy.
Can we just take a second and think about the Bluebell? Okay, good.
That's right. So I want to mention this because I tried this just for the first time the other day. They have an order online option, and I'm going to tell you, it is great. It gives you a chance to even select a time. Now, it'll give you the earliest time they can have it ready, and then from there, you can actually select times and tell them when you want it to be ready. And I was working the other day, and it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it hit me. I've not ate lunch yet. I'm starving. I guess it just finally dawned on me I needed to eat. So I get online. I actually do it on my phone. It was easy to do even on my iPhone. Ordered that, and within 15 minutes, they had my club sandwich, chips, all of that in a little nice box that I could eat it while I drove, and had the drink and everything
ready to go. Don't say that. The chief may be listening.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
He didn't eat and drive.
So, anyways, try that out online. Some people are like, well, how do I do that? If you hit the menu, then there's at the very top of that page, it says order now. So we got a lot of things to talk about, and I know we're wrapping up the opportunity zones. People need to get that turned in. They had to get that in, by the 28th?
Well, the 28th to take full advantage of it, because that gives you a full 10 years to take advantage of the opportunity zones.
Sure.
Tax rebates, basically. Or not tax rebates, but tax abatement. You can do it after that. You just don't get quite as much. I believe it's if I'm thinking clearly, it's and these opportunity zones it's through the IRS, so it's totally confusing to me. If you're going to do an opportunity zones, which the entire city of Humboldt is an opportunity zone, if you're going to take advantage of that, definitely go to a good tax accountant or an attorney and make sure that you've got all the rules and regulations. But from what I understand, you basically get 100%. So back up a little. What you do with that is you take any capital gains and you invest those capital gains in a project, whether that's renovating your building or buying a building or buying property. And so any money that you make over the top of that original capital gains, if you keep it in there for 10 years, you're not going to pay taxes on that. 100% of that overage you're not going to pay taxes on. However, you'll always pay taxes on an original capital gains, but that's all you're going to pay on. That amount drops down dramatically over the years. So if you're only in there for 7 years, it's less. For 5 years, it's less than that. So if you jump in before April 28th, you're going to have some good savings on taxes.
Right. And we really, after the April 28th date, it's just not 100%. You still save.
Oh, you still save. Yeah, you're still going to save on your taxes for sure.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Farmers market. We're still plugging that. Really good. Are the applications still coming in or kind of slowing down?
Applications are coming in. Gave out a vendor's. You have to have a vendor's license this year. Gave out one of those vendor's license the other day.
Okay.
Ready to go with that. Got some other people coming in. They just have not picked up their licenses yet. So we're ready to go with that. Looks like May 18th. So we're thrilled.
Yes. Looking forward to it. And we've had much better weather this
Yeah.
year. Leading up to this is why we can get it kick-started.
Yeah.
It wasn't that y'all were dragging your feet. We had been announcing it, I know, on the radio for a long time.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
weather didn't cooperate last year.
The weather didn't cooperate with us at all. It was cold. It was dry. We needed rain. We needed some heat. We've had both of those this year.
It's going to be interesting to see once we actually get into the harvesting season. Really, we didn't have that hard of a winter.
No.
And I wonder how that affects the farmers. Are they having to use extra, insecticides or something like that? Because the wasps are terrible. I mean, you look at stuff like that, and it's just like, I've never seen them this bad this early.
Don't come to the West Tennessee Regional Arts Center. Or I hate to say don't visit me or John or Bill, but please come and visit us, but just make sure
Bring
that
a fly swatter.
Bring a fly swatter. People wonder why all those birds are up there. That's why. We have wasps.
It's so embarrassing. We had a wasp get loose in the foyer of the church the other day, and I
screamed like a little girl.
I did. I did. And my kids were with me. I had both of them with me. I sprayed him down, and he survived. I don't know how in the world he survived. He was flying drunk for a while.
Oh, no.
And
Don't
then
tell me they're surviving
he disappeared. And I was like, okay, I got him. Well, then I heard yesterday that somebody had a wasp in their hair on Easter Sunday at church, and I was like, oh, no. I wonder if it was that same wasp.
Well, ours are bad. Of course, it's an old building, and it's got, cracks and crevices and things that places bugs can get in.
Well, sure.
About twice a year, I have to have someone come in and empty out the lights, my overhead lights, because right now it's full of about 30 wasps.
Oh,
They
wow.
tend to come there to die.
Yeah. So I wonder how that will affect them later on. Maybe I can get a farmer on to talk about that. That would be interesting.
That'd be great.
What does it look like? That sort of thing. But we're excited. Farmers Market, May the 18th. And the vendor's license is good for all year. It's only $15. You're going to make that back in your first hour.
Yeah.
If you've got a product,
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
If you've got tomatoes, peas,
Oh,
corn,
man.
it's over. They're going to be gone quickly.
That's right.
Last year I was fighting Ralph Jones III for peas. Had to get there before he did every year.
That's hilarious. All right, so you've got something else coming up June the 17th.
Yeah.
Talking about Grow with Google. How's this going to operate?
So that's going to be a live video.
Okay.
We're doing another live video.
Yeah.
Which is going to be great. But until then, what we've got in our newsletter is Grow with Google has something called Primer.
Okay.
You load it up on your phone, and it's 5-minute business tips, basically. It can teach you how to do all kinds of things in just 5 minutes. So you load it onto your phone, you load it onto your iPad. You can do it on the computer as well, but it's called Primer. And it'll walk you through some great things to do with your business.
Right. That is awesome. Now, we're all the time looking for new chamber members.
Sure.
And there's all the time. Right now, it seems like every other weekend I'm noticing, when did that place open? Or something like that. And my wife's been after me about going to that boutique down by the gym now in the old Walmart
Savvy.
building. We still have not been
She's
in there.
wonderful.
But,
tell her to go. It's wonderful.
And the other day, we were looking at getting new rock for the church up at the front flower bed, and we had the white river
Strawberry
rock,
Hill.
but we were looking at going at some different river rock. Strawberry Hill right here in town.
Oh, yeah.
They are not just competitive with their pricing, but they have that hometown business feel to them that when I started buying from him, a lot of times they don't normally sell certain things, and he's like, look, you're buying rock from me, I'm going to give you a professional grade, like if I was coming and doing it myself. If you want to put it down, I'll sell that to you as well. And so we're very pleased.
And ferns. Ladies, he has ferns.
I didn't realize inside all the
his
beautiful
wife,
stuff.
His wife Jenny has got all this beautiful, planters and things to go outside in your garden and benches and things like that, and those are absolutely gorgeous. Plus, Jenny's friend Bobby has just opened up Berry Southern Boutique.
Okay.
So there are some really beautiful clothes in there. As a matter of fact,
I was going to say,
Bobby, this is yours. What I'm wearing today.
Yeah. So I saw all that stuff in there. I saw the clothes, and I thought, my goodness, just driving by, I had never stopped.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to mention that today because there's all kinds of places. But if somebody wants to become a chamber member, maybe they're looking at opening a business, what's the process they need to go through?
You can either go on our website, which is HumboldtChamber.com. Right up front, it tells you how to join the chamber. You can give us a call, 784-1842. Be happy to talk to you about that. Drop in, 1200 Main Street, or just call me, and I'll come to your location and talk to you about it. We've got lots of great benefits, lots of events. We're adding more networking events. If you just want to get your face and your name out in front of people, we've got a great networking event for you, whether it's Morning Mingle, Women in Business, any of our Lunch and Learns, anything like that. We've got a Lunch and Learn coming up on June 18th. It's not listed. It's been confirmed. It's going to be with the Cohen Jackson. Last year we did the Biz Tech Roadshow. They're doing the Biz Growth Roadshow with us. But there's only room for 15 people. So as soon as I get the promotional items, that's going to go up. It's going to be on their new Venture Bus. It's a great, so we'll get that information out. That just finalized yesterday afternoon. They're sending promo material. But that's just another thing that we've got.
Yeah.
It's a good marketing class that's going to come up, and we're going to do several more of those. We always have the Google Lunch and Learns. So if you want to learn something, you want to help to grow your business, the Chamber's the best way to do it. Plus, I'm getting calls every day from people who want a place to put their business. I mean, for example, right now, Family Dollar. Unfortunately, Family Dollar store is closing. They're closing 400 stores nationwide.
Yeah.
That building is going to come available to lease.
Yeah.
And I've got the contact information. If you're interested in leasing that building, it'd be a great place
Good
for a
location.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Really great place for a restaurant.
Yeah. Cars are constantly going
Yeah.
by that. They're coming downtown from the main part of town. It's just yeah, it's a great thing. There's a lot of benefits that people don't realize when they become a chamber member. You got free counseling that you can have
with
Tennessee
small business
Development Center, and you get help with business plans and marketing and loan information,
Yep.
and all that kind of stuff. Plus, you know, a lot of times when people come to a town, they look at the Chamber's website. Let's just say somebody comes to town, they decide to stay in one of our hotels here, Deerfield or wherever, and they're looking for something to do, or they're looking for a place to go eat, or they're looking for shopping. A lot of times they'll go to that Chamber website because that's pretty safe.
Yeah, it's safe, and I mean, we just updated the tourist information.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot more tourists in Humboldt now. One of the reasons the coffee shop is a great thing to bring them in. The theater is a great reason that brings people in from all over the
history,
the surrounding counties. Yeah, this whole downtown historic district, basically.
Yes.
And we're capitalizing the D in downtown now because downtown Humboldt is really a destination now.
It is.
Plus, the winery brings in a lot of people. I was in there the other day, and a lady booked. She lives in Destin, Florida, where most of our residents go to get married.
Wow.
She lives in Destin, Florida, and is coming here to get married at the winery.
Isn't that something?
So it's becoming a really nice tourist attraction. So we updated the tourist information on our website as well.
That's awesome. So if you become a chamber member, your business gets listed in the directory and all of that, so people can find you, and it's just a great benefit.
Sure.
And so a lot of things. Miss Amanda, is there anything else?
No, I think we are good. The only thing we've got coming up is Strawberry Festival, and so we are hammered with that right now.
That's right. Speaking of Strawberry Festival stuff, if you come in the coffee shop where we are live right now, they've got a lot of beautiful faces in here.
Yeah.
I saw a guy a while ago step behind John up there, and he was sprucing up a flower arrangement. They're making it look like spring here.
Yeah.
And Guy and Tammy Causes, great restaurant. They take Sundays and Mondays off, but Tuesday through Saturday, 8 in the morning until 9 at night. And that's a pretty long day.
Yeah.
That's a long day, and they deserve those 2 days off.
They
you know
do.
That.
Yeah.
So beautiful arrangements here, great food, live music on Thursdays at lunch, and also live music on Friday nights and Saturday nights as well. Usually it's 6 to 8. And so you have a great time down here. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got Miss Barnes with the homeless shelter right here in town. We're going to talk about an event they have coming up to benefit them as well. We'll be right back. Welcome back into On the Record at 9. We're live at the coffee shop today. We just had Miss Amanda Love, Humboldt Chamber Director, on with us. And now we have Miss Essie Barnes, who is the Director of the Homeless Shelter here in town. Also, Miss Dorothy Farner, who is the Assistant Director also. And Miss Barnes, appreciate you joining us. I think this is the first time that we've had you on the Good News Radio, isn't it?
Yes, this is the first time.
All right. Well, it's good to have you with us. I ran into Miss Barnes at the Resurrection Festival on Saturday. What a great event that was, where a lot of people came out.
It was.
Good day.
We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so we had a good time. I know they had a booth set up selling a few things for the shelter.
Yes.
About how many people do you have at the shelter right now?
Right now we have, with getting warm and everything, we just have 2 women and 2 men right now.
All right.
Okay.
How many can you house? Do you know?
We can house 10 men and 8 women.
10 men and 8 women. All right. And this is located. Give me kind of your location again. It's just down the road here.
West Main.
Yeah.
At the end of West Main before you get to the underpass.
Okay. Yeah. I know I've seen it before. Now, you have an event that is coming up. We want to get the word out about this event. It's coming up the 4th Saturday of the month of June.
Yes.
All right.
At the St. Thomas Church.
St. Thomas Episcopal Church. And,
yes.
That's at 6th Warmouth Circle here in town.
That's
What's
right.
this event look like? You said something about a prayer breakfast. Let's talk about what this looks like.
Well, every quarter we have a prayer breakfast for the shelter. It also, women, and men, that a lot of times, the pastor preach and they don't get a chance to preach. So we open up the doors to, like you say, assistant pastors, ministers, in the gospel and stuff, to be able to give a word, from God. And that's the mostly thing that I found out is important, that we need prayer.
Yeah.
Don't care what we do or how we do, all of us still stand in the need of prayer.
Sure. And in this prayer breakfast, they're sponsoring this prayer breakfast. How much does it cost to get in?
It's a $5 donation.
All right, $5 donation to get in. And what does this breakfast look like? Do you know what they're serving?
Yes, we serve, you know, the regular breakfast: egg, bacon, sausage, coffee, orange juice, you know, and
Yeah.
yeah, biscuit and gravy, and just things that we normally eat for breakfast.
Yeah.
Sometimes oatmeal, rice, something like that.
Yeah. Now, do they still have the little restaurant downtown? They used to have a little restaurant. Didn't it benefit the homeless
Yes,
shelter?
Daddy's Kitchen Table.
Okay. Is that still open?
Yes, it's still open, but we're renting it out right now
Okay.
because we need help on our utility bills.
Okay.
And so we renting it out right now.
Sure, sure. All right, so this is going to be June the 22nd. It will be at the St. Thomas Episcopal Church
That's
here,
right.
6th Mormon Circle. What time does that start?
It starts at 9.
Starts at 9 a.m. All right, so if somebody is coming to this, how long should they expect that to last?
We let it from 9 to about 11.
Okay, 9 to 11 by the time you eat, then they do the prayer breakfast.
Yes.
Do you know who will be speaking at this one?
Right now, we are trying to get Miss Mickey Wynn and Iwan Natias from Jackson, Tennessee.
Okay.
And we're going to have another speaker or two. Right now, you know, we haven't got it cut in stone
Sure.
yet.
Sure. Well, if you'll get us that information, you can obviously send that to us on our Facebook page, and we'll definitely try to help continue to pass the word along on this June the 22nd, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Anything about the shelter that you would like to share with us today that maybe we've not covered?
Okay, right now we're in the process of getting our shelter painted and
Okay.
getting some things done out there. And we moved from on Central back down to Main Street for the thrift store.
Okay.
Our thrift store has moved back home.
All
And we're in
right.
the process of getting that ready and everything. And trying to, you know, we need somebody to help us keep the yard cut,
Okay.
you know, and things that we are doing down there. We're setting up like a fundraiser on the outside on the Saturday.
Sure.
We'll be setting up, you know, giving things for donation, you know, in order to help with our utilities.
Sure.
And I'm sure Ms. Dorothy Forner has something she wants to
Sure.
say.
Sure.
Well, the other thing that we mainly need is people to come in and do study work with the residents.
Okay.
With Bible study, life skills, anything that would help them in going on from the shelter
Sure.
once they go through the program.
Right. And a lot of people you probably have struggled with probably addictions and that sort of thing as well.
We do the total 12-step program,
Okay.
but it's faith-based.
Yes.
So the main thing that they have to do coming into the shelter is they have to go to church and they have to go to Bible
Sure.
study.
Sure.
They also have to go to the do the AA meetings and NA meetings that we have.
Yeah.
Our main focus right now is trying to find more people to come in and help do those meetings.
Okay.
Help do study groups with them, because everybody doesn't go to the same church.
Sure.
You know, so the more churches you have represented, the more ideas that you have put to them, the better off they are to find the place that's right for them, because the faith and the church and everything is what's going to help keep them sober.
Right. Right. And you talked about people getting involved. If someone was watching this on Facebook today or listening on the radio, how do they get involved? Do you have a telephone number?
They can call Miss Essie Barnes at 487-6771,
Okay.
or they can call Dorothy Farner at 697-4412.
That's okay, 4412. I don't call myself either. That's all right.
You know who I called.
Yeah, that's right. She knew your number really well, didn't she? That's all right. Well, I appreciate you ladies coming down and being with us today. And
if anybody wants to come and work in the thrift store and help us get it straightened up
Sure.
and all, because we're still piled up in places from moving back.
Right.
And an artistic eye would be very nice.
I understand that. Well, appreciate y'all being with us today. We're going to hit a few news items here before we get out of here, because we only have, it's about 5-6 minutes left in the show. But I appreciate you all joining us today, and we're going to do our best to keep pushing this event. As you get speakers, Miss Barnes or Miss Farner, if you'll shoot that message over to us, we'll definitely help push that event and try to pack out that.
Walmart, we're setting up at Walmart pretty soon, too.
Okay.
They really help us, you know, to let
Yeah.
us set up to raise money for our shelter.
Sure. So they'll be out at Walmart as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Appreciate it so very much. A 4-year-old little Humboldt girl, her quick thinking saved a man's life. Did you see that the other day? Nari went next door to tell the maintenance man to come over and to spray the porch because the wasps were so bad. And she rung the doorbell, and the man never came. Anari said she peeked, and she saw him laying on the floor. It was on April 17th. Anna Schutz called 911 after she saw Larry Sykes, her neighbor, and the maintenance man at her grandmother's apartment lying on the floor of the apartment that he was cleaning at Waddell Gardens apartment. At first, she thought he was taking a nap in front of the stove. Then she told her grandmother before calling 911. Just happy that they did finally get someone to the door. The grandbaby was there, and they were able to kind of act because this little girl was able to think on her feet. And Anna Ree says her grandmother taught her to call 911 in case of an emergency. If the grandmother gets sick, she said, I'm definitely going to call 911. Sykes was taken to a Jackson hospital. He is expected to be transferred to a rehabilitation facility while he recovers. So glad to hear about that. A total of 19 people in rural West Tennessee have been indicted, and 14 have been arrested in recent days for multiple charges related to a multi-county drug trafficking organization. That was the announcement U.S. Attorney of the Western District of Tennessee, Mike Donovan, delivered during a press conference yesterday afternoon right here in Jackson. The indictments come as a result of a year-long operation called 2-Foot Shackle, aimed at disrupting and dismantling dealers of methamphetamine, cocaine, and marijuana through the region. All of this happened in rural counties and small towns throughout West Tennessee. And Donovan said, let this be a message to drug dealers and citizens everywhere that if you continue to distribute poison to the people of our district, we will find you and lock you up. The operation centered on Decatur County, where a raid occurred Thursday, April 18th. That was part of the effort that resulted in 10 arrests that day. More often than not, people in rural areas see big drug busts on TV and think this happens in our communities too, and they feel kind of left out. Decatur County Sheriff Byrd said, well, they don't want them feeling left out anymore. So they are definitely cutting back and trying to find those folks, and they're doing a great job of it. The other 15 indictments were handed down on April 15th, with the charges being conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine, cocaine, and marijuana. Of the 15 people indicted, 10 have been arrested. The other 5 defendants' identities are sealed. So the 10 that have been arrested include Timmy Jermaine Cole, Lynn Ray Pettigrew, Kelvin Pettigrew, Nicholas Atkins, Cornelius Talley, Cindy Cannon, Scotty Tubbs, and Stephen Williams. They have been charged with conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute in excess of 50 grams of actual methamphetamine. So in all, the operation so far has seized 15 pounds of meth, crack cocaine, and about 60 pounds of marijuana. So that's a pretty big operation there. We're quickly running out of time, so let me update you on the Jackson Generals. Now, first off, let me tell you, they will be back in town Thursday night of this week, but right now they're playing the Birmingham Barons. And the Jackson Generals capitalized on a number of Birmingham Barons miscues yesterday, winning a 5-2 matchup at Regions Field to take a 2-1 lead in their 5-game series. Jamie Westbrook and Jeffrey Baez supplied Jackson with home runs, and Emil Vargas and a trio of relievers shut down the homestanding Barons on defense. After a scoreless first inning, the Generals got under the skin of Birmingham's Bernardo Flores with a 3-run shot from Baez in the second, his first of the year. Jamie Westbrook would add his own blast, a 2-run shot in the third, and that would be the sum total of the Generals' production on the afternoon. So the next game is today at 7:05 versus the Birmingham Barons. The Birmingham Barons are the Chicago White Sox affiliate, and that will be at Regions Field in Birmingham, Alabama. Starting for your Jackson Generals will be Sam Lewis. He is 0-for-1 on the season and starting, and has a 3.55 ERA. He will be facing off against right-hander Felix Paulino, who is undefeated this year, 2-0 with a 2.65 ERA. We appreciate you joining us for On the Record at 9. Let me give you just a few community events before we get out of here today. Coming up tonight, Germany missionary Carl Sledge will speak at the Souls Harbor Pentecostal Church in Trenton. That will be at 7 o'clock p.m. Also coming up Friday and Saturday, the Milan General Hospital Relay for Life team yard sale from 7 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. And that will be in the garage on Williamson Street next to the hospital. And then on Friday, Bloodmobile will be at the South Gibson County High School in Medina from 8:30 to 3:30. And then lastly, and Saturday is a wild game supper, Poplar Grove Baptist Church in Trenton at 5 p.m. The speaker will be Brody Swisher. Thank you so much for joining us today for On the Record at 9. We're sitting at a beautiful 66 degrees in downtown Humboldt. Cloudy skies. It's a nice day. We're going to get up to 77 in just a moment. So appreciate you being with us on the Record at 9. Join us for news at 9 in the morning. We'll be back live on Thursday at the library with Humboldt City Schools. Thank you, Miss Essie Barnes, Miss Farner, also Miss Amanda Love for joining us today as our guest. Thank you, John, for directing and producing here at the coffee shop. A lot of work to set up and tear down. Appreciate your effort each and every week. Appreciate Guy and Tammy Causey for allowing us to come sit at one of their tables, push their business, and I'm telling you, they have got quite a business, and you want to come in and be a part of this. Partake in a great breakfast, lunch, supper, whatever. Okay, it's a great place down here on Main Street. You can also order online and walk in and pick it up. I'm out of time today. Coming up next on the radio is Dr. Adrian Rogers. Appreciate all of you joining us, whether at 1190 AM, 99.9 FM, or online at goodnewsradionetwork.com, or watching live on our Facebook page at the Good News Radio Network. Until tomorrow, God bless. Hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday.
Come visit the coffee shop in downtown Humboldt. All are welcome to come in and enjoy great food and hot coffee, along with free Wi-Fi, a comfortable workspace, and good entertainment. The mission of the coffee shop is to be a place where the salvation and grace of our Lord Jesus Christ can be shared lovingly and warmly with coffee and conversation. The coffee shop is located at 1405 Main Street in downtown Humboldt. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can see their menu online at coffeeshophumboldt.com or follow them on their Facebook page. The Coffee Shop, where hot coffee and warm conversation flow.